What's going on YouTube? This is Ultimate iDevice Vids, and this is Tweak Recap. And this is the second episode of Tweak Recap that I've uploaded this weekend, and of course I'm going to be showing you guys 5 of the best Cydia tweaks that are compatible with iOS 8.1.1. Let's begin. And the first tweak I'm going to be showing you guys is called ColorYourBoard. It's available in Cydia for $1.99. Make sure you get the spelling right. It is a little bit strange, so be sure to check down below in the description. Make sure you get the spelling right for this tweak when you're searching for it in Cydia. And what this tweak allows you to do is change up the color of your keyboard. So as you can see right here, if I just open up a note, you can see my keyboard is this nice red tint now, and that is really nice. It's definitely a nice change to have. And of course, you can customize the color that you want. And after you have installed the tweak on your device, you're going to want to find the ColorY0urBoard8 app wherever you have available space on your home screen and open it up. And as soon as you open it, you have these controls. Make sure you select turn on in the upper left corner. As you can see, it will be like this. It'll be off. You want to make sure you select turn on, and now it's active. You can basically just slide this dial around the circle right here and get the color that you want. And once you've actually found a color that you want, you have these additional sliders where you can actually customize that color. As you can see, basically how dark that color is. And as you can see, you just basically get an idea of what it's going to look like. Let's change it up. Let's make it somewhere in the blue range, and okay, you can customize all these sliders. There is no settings for it. There's no actual section in the settings app. Of course, this is the settings. These are the settings for it. There's no settings app for it. And once you're happy with it, you want to go ahead and select save in the upper right hand corner, and as you can see right here, it says save success, and it tells us that we need to reopen any app so the keyboard applies, and that basically means that we need to kill any application before this actually takes an effect. So if you have any apps open currently that you want to use this with, basically you need to go ahead and kill that application, and then the new keyboard will take an effect. So, and I just killed the Notes app, so I'm going to open it up again here, and we'll bring up our keyboard. As you can see, it's now taken an effect, so the new keyboard's taken an effect. And you can see it's really nice. It also takes an effect on the predictive, and the pop-up keys are really nice. As you can see, everything just looks really good. And I know that there are keyboards in the App Store that do similar things to this, but with this tweak you get to choose the exact color that you want, and it just looks really nice. Again, you could choose the exact color you want, and that's all it does. It doesn't do anything else. There's no other theming. It's just the color, which is really nice. And once again, the tweak is called ColorY0urBoard8. It's available in Cydia for $1.99. And the next tweak I'm going to be showing you guys is called TransparentDoc. It's available in Cydia for free. And as the name suggests, it makes the dock transparent, as you can see right here. It does look a lot cleaner in my opinion. I'll give you a comparison of what it looks like in normal iOS. And this tweak also does move down the page dots just a little bit to compensate the completely transparent dock. Again, in my opinion, it does look cleaner. And there are no settings to configure for this tweak. If you want to disable it, just go into Cydia and uninstall the tweak. Once again, it's called TransparentDoc. It's available in Cydia for free. And the next tweak I'm going to be showing you guys is called AppHeads. It's available in Cydia for $4.99. And what this tweak allows you to do is have Facebook Chathead-like applications on your screen. As you can see right here, I have these applications that I can drag around just like this. And they're applications that are active on my device, so basically apps that are open that would normally show in the app switcher. But of course, they're in this form of chat heads, and you could configure it to do various things when you tap on them. For example, I just have it to open the app. There's also a mode where you could have previews if you tap and hold just like this. As you can see, I'm still on the home screen, but I have a live preview that I can actually interact with of the settings app. And of course, that's handy for multitasking. For example, let's say I was in one application and I wanted to quickly do something in another app. I could just quickly bring up the preview here, interact with it, go back to a normal app, and I'm right where I left off. So there's various settings to configure for this tweak. And you could also kill applications. As you can see, if you just drag, or if you just grab hold of one of these, you could drag it on the little X, just like inside Facebook, release, and it will close the app. I'll show you right here, just like that. Now, if you're not familiar with Facebook Chat Heads, it's basically inside the Facebook application for iOS. You have these little heads just like this, these little circles that represent a person, so basically a messaging conversation with a particular person, and it works the exact same way. You could drag them around the screen of the Facebook app, but of course this brings that type of functionality to multitasking, or basically just having applications open in iOS. And in your settings, there's various options you can configure. If you scroll all the way down to AppHead settings, it's pretty rich and pretty deep. You could really customize this to your liking. There's various display settings. For example, being able to hide during videos. That's just one that popped out to me because it just seems pretty practical being able to hide it during videos. What I'm going to show you is down here where we have the ability to basically configure what happens when you tap, hold, or double tap on any of these chat heads. So, for example, first we have symbol tap action. And as I showed you earlier, I have it so when I just tap on one of these chat heads, it'll just open up the app that it is. So you can change it. Let's just go back to the app head settings and we'll scroll down. You could change it to any of these three options right here. So we have show live view, and that's what I had right here when we just tap and hold. This is the live view. So you could assign that. You could have it so it opens the application. Once again, that's what I have. And we have lock or unlock the app head's free mode. So that's basically the ability to drag the app head around just like this. If we want to lock it, and we have this enabled, basically if we just tap, single tap just like that, as you can see it's locked now. The weather app can no longer be dragged around. All the other ones can, but this one can't. But if I tap it once, as you can see, it's free now. Again, I prefer it to open the application. That makes the most sense to me. But of course, you could configure any of these. So next up, we have hold action. And as you've seen, if I tap and hold on any of these previews, it's basically just going to open up the preview, and I'll still be inside the app, as you can see here. Again, we have the ability to open the application, close the application, or close all applications, or that lock/unlock app head free mode, which I showed you earlier. So for example, if I had it assigned to close application, I'll show you. If I just tap and hold on the Messages app, it's gone. It actually closes the application. And also, if we open up the multitasking, as you can see, it'll close it from there as well. So it just completely closes the application. And let's say we had close all applications. So now if we tap and hold on any of these, it's going to close all apps. As you can see, it just took me out of the settings app because, again, it closed all the applications. So let's just go down here, go back into our app head settings, scroll down, and there we are inside hold action. So again, you can choose any of these options for the hold action. Going back, we have double tap action, and it's pretty much the same type of thing. We have the ability to have it show the live view, open the application, close all applications, which is what I have enabled right now, or lock/unlock free app head mode. And we could customize the tap speed using this slider right here. So as you can see, if I just tapped like this quickly, it's not going to happen because that's not what the tap speed is set to. I have to tap a little bit longer. So tap, tap, just like that, a little bit longer. And there you go. As you can see, it works just like that. I may take a few tries, but it does work. And of course, again, you could customize the speed of that. And I'm not going to show you all these options because, once again, there's just so many of them. If I'll show you down here, again, there's just so many options inside here. Even inside little sub options like this, there's just a whole bunch of options. So that's really good. Of course, you could customize everything to your liking, but I'm not going to show you everything. You could get the exact customization that you want on your own, but that's basically how this tweak works and what it does. Once again, it's called AppHeads. It's available in Cydia for $4.99. And the next tweak I'm going to be showing you guys is called MiniPlayer. It's available in Cydia for $1.99. And basically what this is it brings the iTunes MiniPlayer widget that you normally find on your computer. So basically there's a mode if you use iTunes on your computer where you can have just this little view where it displays the song you're playing, some basic play, pause, skip controls, and the album artwork and volume. And basically what this tweak does is brings that to the iOS devices. So as you can see right here, I have this little MiniPlayer widget. And of course it works right with the music app in iOS. You could slide it to the side whenever you don't want to use it. Very easy. You also have the ability to hide it using an activator gesture. For example, I have it set so when I triple press the home button, as you can see, it completely removes it from the screen, and if I triple press again, it'll come right back. So there's various things you could do with it. Of course, again, we have the ability to control the volume down here. Of course, we could play and skip, just as you'd imagine. And if we tap on it once, we have some more options. Of course, you have the ability to open up the music app, just right from here. As you can see, it'll take you to the full music app. Let's go back into our MiniPlayer. And if you double tap, as you can see, it's going to change to a night theme, which looks pretty good as well. So it's easier on the eyes at night. And in my opinion, it does just look sleeker overall, this night theme. I really do like this one. And when you're playing a song, basically, if you tap somewhere that isn't the album artwork, so if you tap on the album artwork, it'll give you that option to open up the music app. But if you tap anywhere else in any of these other spaces, as you can see, we basically get some more information about the song that we're listening to. It will go in the circle, as you can see right there. It looks pretty good. And also we do have the scrubber, which is you could interact with it. As you can see, you could actually move your position in the song, as you can see right there. And of course, we also have this search button. If we select that, we have the ability to search our entire music library. So I'll type it in. As you can see right there, I started typing in song name, and it appeared right there, and I could quickly select it. and of course it's going to switch to that song. There you go, just like that. And then we could tap to go back to the play, pause, skip, volume view, just like that. Now there are some settings to configure for this tweak, so after you installed it, you can go into settings on your device, scroll all the way down until you do see MiniPlayer, go in there, and as you can see there's various options we have to configure. The first one is the activator option, which is what I showed you earlier, how you could quickly show and hide it by triple pressing the home button, or any of these actions here. Of course, you have the ability to set any action we want to use with this tweak. And next we have default app launch. And basically this allows you to configure which application will open when you tap on the album artwork of MiniPlayer. So as you can see, when I tap on the album artwork of MiniPlayer, I showed you this earlier, it's going to ask me if I want to open up the music app. Now you can change what it'll ask you to open up, and you do that just by selecting any of these applications. So as I said earlier, by default it is set to the music app, but we could change it to something else. For example, let's say messages. And now if we go back here, and we'll just tap on the album artwork, and as you can see it's telling me open messages, so I could select that and it would open the messages app. Obviously that wouldn't make too much sense if you asked me, because this is a music tweak, but obviously let's say you just wanted to quickly be able to open up an app using something that you're frequently using, that does make sense, I suppose. So let's just go back into the settings for MiniPlayer here, and we have the ability to hide it in particular apps on your device, so you could check certain apps that it will never show in. And we also have the ability to hide it in all of the apps, so if you only want it to function on the home screen and on the lock screen. We also hide it as soon as the music is paused, so immediately as soon as the music is paused it will hide MiniPlayer, as you can see right there. And we have the ability to hide it on the lock screen. And you can toggle the dark and light themes through the settings app. As I showed you earlier, you can just double tap just like that. However, you can also use this toggle, as you can see. Pretty much does the exact same thing. There's also some quick tips in here, basically just some information about the tweak, and beneath that we have the ability to go to the creators. As you can see right there, you can follow the creators on Twitter as well. And you could also email the developers in the upper right hand corner through the mail icon. And that's all for this tweak. It's a really nice one. I do recommend it if you're frequently managing your music. And I know we do have Control Center, however, if you prefer something like the iTunes MiniPlayer, this is definitely something that you may want to take a look at. Again, it's called MiniPlayer. It's available in Cydia for $1.99. And the last item I'd like to talk to you about is called Icon. It's available in Cydia for $2.99. And as you've probably already noticed, it is a theme, not a tweak. And in my last episode of Tweak Recap, I talked about Iris, which is a more modern theme by the same developer, SureNex, and of course I'll have his Twitter name in the description down below. But basically this is the older version of his theme called Icon, and it is geared more towards the iOS 6 icons. And what I mean by that is it has skeuomorphism, and basically what that means is real-life images. So with iOS 7 and above, Apple really went for the more flat, digital-looking applications. However, back in iOS 6, there was more real-life items in the icons, and this tweak does bring that type of style. However, there's just so much detail, a lot more than was in the original iOS 6. Now, just because this theme is geared towards the design language of iOS 6 does not make it look bad. For example, as you can see inside the settings app, all the icons are themed in here, and it just looks very good overall. I am still a huge fan of this theme, and I actually might consider using this. It's not, again, it doesn't necessarily sync up with every aspect of the latest iOS 7 and 8. However, it still looks very good, and the icons are just great. It doesn't necessarily have to match up. Everything doesn't, again, necessarily have to match up in iOS. It could still look good if everything isn't in sync, but it's entirely up to you. Of course, a more modern theme, again, by the same developer, which I was mentioning earlier, is Iris. And if you want to see me talk about that, I have the previous episode of Tweak Recap. I'll be sure to put a link down below in the description. You can go there and check that out. And I do recommend it if you like this theme. And of course, to install this theme, you will need WinterBoard. It will automatically be installed if you don't already have it. Go into your settings app, find WinterBoard, select themes, and you can enable all the icon elements. And if you want to use any of them independently, you could do that as well. I have them all enabled right now. So the dock, the home screen, the messages app, and the status bar. And that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got some good tweaks and maybe one theme that you liked. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.